Hey friends, Alex Fisher here. This video we're going to talk about how to deal with uneven lies. So stick around, I'm going to show you how to deal with the situation where the ball's above your feet, but also below your feet. Okay, so let's get to it. So golf is not played on a flat level playing surface. Even though we do spend most of our time at the driving range hitting golf balls from a flat lie, we do need to know how to deal with situations where the ball is not on a flat surface. So in this situation here, the ball is above my feet. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera here, but it's a good couple of feet above my feet itself. And we've got to make some significant adjustments when it comes to your setup. First off, the ball position doesn't really change when it comes to the ball being above your feet. You can play it generally in the same place you would normally play it, where it's a flat lie. But a couple of things we've got to do. Obviously the golf ball is a lot closer to my chest, so I'm going to have to go ahead and grip down on the handle just a little bit more than what I normally would do. That's a pretty obvious one, and a pretty simple change to make there. But one thing we have to do is we have to make sure that we make a swing that's a lot flatter plane. And the reason for that is, again, is because that golf ball is just a lot closer to my chest. The tendency as well for this shot is to go ahead and either draw or hook. And the reason for that is we're coming into impact, that heel is going to catch the ground first, which tends to close the club face. And so we've got to adjust a little bit there as well from an alignment standpoint. And be careful with that, knowing that you do have to aim a little bit more to the right. Want to make sure that you don't try and fight the ball from going left. And the reason why I say that is it's very easy to aim right, knowing the ball is going to hook left, but you do everything within your power to not let the ball go left, and you end up just missing it way to the right. So with the ball above my feet, I'm going to go ahead and make some practice swings here. If I take my club back like I normally would do, and I create a steeper plane, I'm going to chunk it. So it's really, really key here that we do make some practice swings here, and we create a flatter plane going back and then going through. And again, if I go too flat, I'm going to really struggle to hit the ground. But if I go too steep, I'm going to smash the ground altogether. So it's really, really critical that we do make those practice swings. Once we feel comfortable with that, we're going to go ahead and set up. I would suggest maybe taking a slightly longer club than normal. That sounds strange with the ball being above your feet, but we don't want to try and kill this. Being off balance makes it very difficult for us to kind of stay in posture. But we're going to go ahead and set up here. And then from there, we're going to make a little bit of a flatter swing. And try and swing within a speed that's going to allow you to keep your balance. So let's go ahead and now talk about how to deal with the situation where the ball is going to be below your feet. Okay, so now we're in a situation where the ball's below our feet. I personally think this is probably the most difficult shot that you can face. Very easy to top the ball when you're in this situation. The reason for that is that we have to change our swing plane to become steeper now. So if I took my regular setup here and I swung on the plane that I normally would swing going back, what's going to happen, it's going to be very hard for me to then hit the ground on the way through. So it's really critical that we do make practice swings and we create a steeper plane going back. A good thought might be to take the golf club back and keep the shaft of the golf club above your trailing shoulder here and not let it get below that shoulder there. So make some practice swings. Don't be afraid to get steep. And if you're getting the ground just like I did there, then there's a good chance that that plane is correct. Again, your balance is going to suffer a little bit from this situation as well. So we want to really make sure that we're not trying to kill the ball. Taking that extra club again allows you just to have that better balance. But we're going to keep the ball position in the same stance, same position within my feet. And from here, what I'm going to do this time, I'm just going to make sure that my swing's a little bit steeper. Hold my balance as best as I can. It's going to be a little bit harder to rotate through the ball as well. But as long as you make that steeper plane going back, then you'll have a better chance of dealing with this situation. So remember, if the ball is above your feet, we're going to go a little bit more flatter, almost like a merry-go-round. And if we're in a situation where the ball's below our feet, we're going to go a little bit steeper with a Ferris wheel. The practice swings will allow you to adjust the swing plane according to the lie that you're going to face. So try that out, and don't be afraid to practice those if you can find a spot on the driving range as well, because then next time when you're playing golf, you won't be caught out in a situation like this. Thanks again for checking out this video.